is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
What is up, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium? You know what? It's Tuesday. It's 8:03 p.m. And that means only one thing, man. It's time for the Tkgr report. We are through the preseason. We're heading straight on to the regular season for that Monday night matchup against Aaron Rodgers and the New Jersey Jets. We're going to talk about this last game. We're going to talk about roster cut down day, man. A lot of changes, a lot of cuts. See if you guys think anybody should have stayed or should have went. Had a big trade today too. Big for what we are, right? We talk about that a lot, and we'll continue to talk about it tonight. We got to rattle the reads tonight. That'll be a good time. And the main topic of tonight's conversation, our third annual regular season Rager, is this Saturday, 5 days away, right in Manchester, New York at Reinvention Brewing. We're going to talk all about that. We're going to show you all the raffles, every single thing that we possibly can to get your ass down there. Hit this intro and we'll get into it. here we are, and here it is tonight on this beautiful last Tuesday in August with my two boys. We'll start right over next to me here. Mr. Scooter, I'm always on time, Magooter. What's up, Scott?
What's up, Swank? Hey, Jarrod. What's up, Bills Mafia, Buff fan base, guys? It's good to be here. It's the roster set. That's all I could say. A lot to talk about. Third annual Rager is less than a week away. Can't wait for that on Saturday. If you guys haven't yet, check out our site, the event. All the details are there, but we'll get into it a little bit today too as well. Let's go, Buffalo. We're here.
Hell yeah, let's go, Buffalo. We got Patrick Hughes in the comments saying, what's up, Mafia? You know who else I want to say what's up to? Jarrod Reed right down south. What's up, Jarrod?
What's going on, Bills Mafia? Scott, I love your shirt. FLX Mafia in the house. I'm representing FLX Mafia between Tkgr, Canandaigua, and Seneca Lake. Right there, kind of in the middle.
You added one. That's nice.
I added one. Swank, love that Notorious Dig shirt because he's our guy, no matter what.
That's right.
Guys, let's talk Bills football. We're getting there. It's close. Hey.
Ooh, it's so close. I can taste it. We got Charla in the comments. What's up, Charla? Rough day with all the guys who had their dreams crushed. You're absolutely right. We're going to get into that right quick. We got our boy Rob Mullen. It's Bedlam. It's Pandemonium. It's 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. Always good for it. We got Josh Williams. Hey, what up? Let's go, Buffalo. We got our boy, Mr. Cookie. What's up, Cook?
What's up, man?
Oh, let's see
What's
here.
up, everybody?
We got John Johns. Hello to everyone. Tough day for some. Yes, sir. We got Dr. Bruce McKellar. We got a 6th in 25 and gave Basham, and a 7th in 25. Yeah, I just saw that came through. We were kind of under the impression that maybe we were going to get multiple picks. This is not looking quite so good. So we'll definitely get into it. Dr. Bruce, of course, says big news is Barkley to IR and is out for the season. This suggests a serious UCL injury. Yeah, they kind of didn't make it sound like it was anything other than like a banged up elbow, I feel like, right? Did you guys think that this was going to be something bigger than it is?
No, I honestly didn't. You thought the UC joint would have been something that was thrown out there pretty quick, considering that's what Josh Allen was going through. But no, mum was the word with this injury. So who knows? Who knows?
Crazy. Our boy Patrick Hughes says, let's not forget those in Florida getting another hurricane. That's right.
Yep.
Buckle up, stay down, get bunkered. Listen to the K-Gun report. Let it pass. We got Dr. Bruce saying Miller on pup and out for 4 games. Yep, we'll get into all that too. Diana Kirkdorfer, go Bills. We got Lisa Johns, will be there. Hell yeah. Can't wait to see you guys at the Rager. We got Keely Smith. Hey guys, what's up, Keely?
What's up?
We got Doug saying, what's up, y'all? Let's see. Chris Christian, a travesty of justice has occurred. Number 69 is no more. Chris, we got a little bit of insight on that, I think, and I don't think you got to worry too much, buddy. Nicholas Fleck, what's up, good people? What's up, Nicholas? How you doing, brother?
What's up?
Thank all of you for hanging hard with us here. We are part of the Buffalo Fan Base Network and proud to be. We're hoping that some of those guys are going to be hanging here on Saturday down at the Rager. We're also sponsored by none other than 26shirts.com. Go on over to 26shirts and buy everything. It's all for charity. Buy it all. Helps everybody. It's a great time.
May as well.
Might as well do it. So, boyos, here we are. So much news. This is like the most news-packed day that we've had on the K-Gun since the end of last season, I feel like. Football is here. I think what I want right now is just to gauge what my two dudes are feeling right now. Like, where are you at? Is football here right now? Jarrod, is football here? Are you ready for this? Do you feel like this is the season happening right now?
This is the season I feel like the Bills are putting together. Going to make it's a long season, so it's going to be an enjoyable one to watch. But for me, they're just getting the pieces together right now. They got to get through practice and put a game plan together for the New York Jets. But I'm more excited actually about this coming up weekend. After this weekend's over, then it's go for me for the season. I'm really excited for the season to get here, but right now I'm really focused because we are a part of it, of the Rager. The Rager.
The Rager. Scott, what
Can
do you feel?
Can I do a sneak peek really quick, Swank?
Well, we're gonna get into the Rager and stuff. Don't get too Bobby on me right now, all right? But
I
you
got
can if
something.
you
I got
want.
something.
You can open one present, Jarrod. Go ahead. What do you got?
Just waiting for the decals
Ooh,
on that bad
man,
boy.
she looks nice,
Full-size
brother.
helmet.
Now tell the
Mark
people what that
Maddox.
is, man. Yeah, that's a Mark Maddox full size.
Yep.
Do it.
Custom helmet. I painted this boy, got the decals for it. I'm still waiting. I had a fallout with a guy who does the buff stand or the charging buffalo. So we got online quick and we ordered more, but number 55's on the back for Mr. Mark Maddox to sign it for a winner of the raffle, one of the raffles.
That's dope. Actually, he's gonna sign it right at the Rager, so there'll be no confusing whether it's authentic or not. The man will do it his damn self.
I'm pretty sure he'll put a bunch of inscriptions on it too, which is awesome, Mark.
I might have worn that helmet already.
Oh, come on, Jarrod. Now it's devalued. No, it looks really good, man. And if you guys don't know, Jarrod's super talented. He does helmets, and they look fantastic. And we've been trying to get him to get into the business of just doing them because they look so professional, man. Nice work.
Yep. Good job, Jarrod.
Scooter Magooter, man. What do you feel like? Is it real right now? Are we in season right now?
Yeah, I think we are. Jarrod, I'm tailing off what you said. I think it is the season because we are preparing for the Rager and then the first upcoming season game, Monday Night Football against the Jets. Yes, the season has started. We have our 53-man roster that solidifies basically everything you need to know about what the Bills are bringing in week 1. And we all got our beers in our hands, so it's always beer season, right?
But Jerry's got the tall boy version of what I'm drinking right now. So.
I know, right? Sure, they do make tall boy koozies in case you were looking. But no, when I see that 53-man roster, and my gut tells me, now let's get going. Let's ride. Well, let's ride.
Let's ride. Ooh, that's a deep cut right there. Last season throwback. We got the beautiful Ellen Larch saying, yo, everybody, what's up? What's up, Ellen? We're going to see you. We're going to see you this Saturday, right? Ooh, I can't wait. It's going to be a good time. Frank Mullen says, I can get more helmets, ... Yes,
please, sir.
I'm telling you, man. This dude, he should make a little business out of it. I think he should. Everybody should just attack Jarrod online and tell him how good he is and tell him to do this. He's got a ton of time.
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing with Jarrod's helmets, they are custom, but they're also authentic helmets. They're not the plastic ones with the fake shell. It's a real helmet that he's redoing, and you take it to camp and get that baby signed. It's the value in the signature, but it's also the value in the actual helmet.
Hell yeah. All right, let's see here. Lisa says, hi, honey, we're going to be a little late Saturday. Oh, okay. That's all right. As long as the shine is still pouring over the mountain, we're good with it.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Mafia? What's up, Mike V? Oh, man. All right. Well, we got so much stuff to get to. I think what everybody really wants to talk about right off the bat is probably this roster, right? Like, this is the big news. This is the the big one. This is our team right now until waivers and all that stuff go through, and you might see a couple of those dudes 51, 2, 3 might get a little swapped around here. But if we're going here, there is your list. Jarrod sent this over to us earlier. I was listening to the radio all day. I'll tell you what makes me so angry, boys, and I don't know if your jobs allow this really, but I can wear earbuds all day long, and I listen to WGR as much as I can. I'm mowing lawns, doing stuff like that. I can't believe they had Sabres live on. Like, the Sabres are great and everything, but this is roster cut down day. It was right in the middle. A bunch of cuts came down, and then it cut over to hockey, and I'm more all about football right now, so I just want to hear all that. So it was just infuriating me that I couldn't find like a Twitter space or anything that was like giving me just exactly what I wanted, which was what's going on with the Bills right now. I want you to talk about the Bills all the time. Please talk about the Bills. But got over it. 4 o'clock is come and gone, and these are the moves that the Bills made on your screen. Now, do you boys have this list in front of you right now?
I do.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Scott and I were contemplating whether or not to just add things as the day went on, but that would have taken a lot of time. So what we did is just waited for the final. This is from the Buffalo Bills PR Twitter. So we'll give them some reference there because that's the best way to do things. So this is legit. We waited until everything was legit on their site, and this is what we have. So Yep.
Hell yeah. And you guys are killing it right now. Our viewership is right up there, and you're the best. Damn it. We love you. Get your thoughts, get your comments in. I'm going to try and hit all of these. I don't even think, I mean, we can go around and address who we think, should have stayed, should have gone. But maybe if we just run through these comments right here, I think we're going to probably hit just about everything. So let's start off by doing that. Frank Mullen, right off the bat, I thought Shavers or Isabella would make it. Shavers had a pretty good showing. Then it was a little inconsistent. And then Isabella was the darling of training camp. A lot of people think that he had a shot of making this. Personally, I think anybody that was cut after 11 o'clock today, they're ripe for practice squad re-signing. So to me, I think Isabella is old enough to where he's been in the league and he is not subject to waivers. So I think there's a pretty good shot that he gets signed to the practice squad tomorrow. Scooter, what do you think? Shavers and Isabella?
Well, I'll start off by saying, for those that don't know the difference between a waiver and a release player is a veteran player that's played more than 4 seasons. Once they're let go, once they're cut, their contract is void. They can sign with any team they want whenever they want. A waiver is anybody under 4 years. They actually go to the waiver wire, and each team has the opportunity to grab them, at which point they will be picked up with the current contract that they've already signed. So that's how that works. So when you see cut, released, and waiver, that's what the difference is. Isabella, yeah, if he wants to stay in Buffalo and he's like, and Bean is like, hey man, sit in the parking lot, you'll get that call. You'll be back on the Buffalo Bills tomorrow. We've seen that situation in the past. So I think Isabella is a great fit for Buffalo. I really do. We saw it in the preseason. And I think he'll be someone on that practice squad. Guys, the Bills tapped into that practice squad quite a bit last year during the season. So these players do get playing time when they get put on PS. So I'm excited for that. Shavers, I honestly think it's the Kincaid pickup, guys. I think that's what makes the difference. We've got 3 tight ends with Gilliam going to be the 4th tight end because they run that 12 personnel. But Shavers is out because Kincaid can play that slot receiver. So in a sense, you're bringing in 6.5 wide receivers instead of just the 6. So I think that's the casualty plays a big part with the Kincaid pickup for sure.
Hell yeah. Maybe with all the comments we got going in here, I'll go every other with you guys. How about that? Because you guys are killing it out there. Next up, Christian, Captain Caveman, 2 explanation points. Can't believe that he got cut. I have a sneaky suspicion about this one as well. It also happened after 11 o'clock. Jarrod, what do you think about our boy Caveman Klein getting cut?
Yeah, it's one of those things. We're going to see what happens tomorrow, but I know he's been a little bit slower this year with his new responsibilities. So they might be looking to keep younger guys in there for right now because from what I've seen, Caveman Klein might have lost a little step here and there. But you never know. He's the team player, and they might bring him back to the practice squad for that veteran pay.
I 100% agree. I think he's going to be on the practice squad. I think you can't, especially now with the state of like the linebacking room. I don't think you can afford to like really lose a veteran like that knows the system as well as he does. Josh Cook says, "Peace out, Questenberry." What do you think, Scott?
Hey, the guy, he created problems. I know he was a decent block with the Titans, but I think he's aged past his prime significantly, and he was just he's a liability for Josh Allen. But the reason I put my hand up is because I do want to remind people, the people that are on a starting roster, like say a Terrell Bernard, we're talking about AJ Klein being cut. Terrell Bernard also is dealing with an injury. So someone like Bernard and someone like Shorter, who's got a hamstring injury, on the team, placed on IR, Isabella and Klein can come and replace those guys. That's what this whole waiver pickup is.
Can I add to that really quick?
Yeah, fire away.
People are worried about Mr. Ferguson. From what I heard today is that's what, he's leaving so that he can come back for a new contract, but they're going to put Shorter and probably Bernard on the injured reserve for 4 games and then bring him back. So
yeah. If you guys remember, they did this with Ferguson last year.
Yeah. Reed's a great teammate, so he's just doing it for the team. Yeah,
yep.
He ain't going anywhere.
Yep. Let's see. Ellen Lart says, cannot fathom that the Rager is this weekend. Us either, Ellen. It snuck right up on us. And I think we've all been so into it and involved in planning that all of a sudden it was like, holy But we're really excited about it. She says, Swank, can we do a shot for my niece's birthday? Hell yes, we can. Absolutely. I was supposed to be on call. Nope.
Love
Let's
it.
see. We got Chaz saying, yo, looking forward to the Rager Saturday. Hell yeah, brother. We can't wait to see you.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Paul Rossi says, I like 4 of the cuts, but not sure I could figure out who to cut instead. This is our team. That's right, Paul. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Adam says he's happy about Questenberry. Yeah, I mean, we covered. He's kind of a liability, and a little bit surprising, being that he was a starter on another team that was somewhat successful before we picked him up, right? So, Paul says, "Heck yeah, Rager minus 4 days, baby. Hell yeah." Adam says Isabella Klein Ferguson will be back. Here we go. Josh Williams, DJ Dale coming to practice squad. Scooter, I know I just gave you Questenberry, but I know you're big on this D line, so go ahead. I'll give you this one.
I'm also big on DJ Dale. I thought he was going to be the surprise keep last in the beginning of the season when we did our way too early 53-man roster. But he's a big body, guys, and they only kept 5 defensive linemen as of now. So I think he's someone that if any of these guys, Poona Ford, Tim Settle, or even Phillips just played in his first game against Chicago, if they come up gimpy and someone needs to come in, I think DJ Dale did a good enough job in the preseason to earn himself a couple games this year. I'm excited about him. Alabama product, wasn't drafted, but he's a good-sized kid that could do it all.
Hell yeah. Got any opinion on DJ, Jared?
Scott said it all.
All right. I love it. Here we go. Rob Mullins surprise releases Isabella, who we've touched on, Howard, and Ty Johnson. Howard being a linebacker. Johnson, was he a corner? Wide receiver?
Ty Johnson's the running back.
Keyshawn Johnson. Oh, Ty Johnson. My bad. Yeah. I mean, good depth guys. It kind of, I think, goes back to the whole thing that we've been saying for the last couple of seasons, where there's just going to be dudes that get cut that, you know, and they all have a good shot of being on. There's not a lot of people on this cut list that doesn't have a good shot of being at least on a practice squad somewhere, if not signed to a 53-man roster. So, Keely says she studied up on waivers today. Sweet. Bruce says Shorter has a hamstring injury. They may be putting him in IR in a week and have Isabella sitting. There you go. That's just what Scott said. Absolutely. Doug thought that Keyshawn Johnson showed better than Shavers. Yeah. I mean, a lot of these dudes, I don't know. It's kind of tit for tat for me. You know what I mean? Some of them shined. They made some good moves, some good plays. They made some bad plays. I really liked that first game. Shavers bounced back, you know, scored that touchdown. And then after that, it was kind of lackluster. I thought Shorter played like a rookie, like a 5th-round rookie. But he showed up on special teams a little bit. I think he's a change of pacer. He's tall. Like, I think you gotta keep with your investment a little bit there. Keyshawn Johnson, I don't know. It just, to me, like, all those dudes are kind of, I know they're different, but it's all kind of the same, right? They're like, it's a little repetitive for what we already have in the room that's established and has snaps on an NFL team, right? Like in real games. Am I off on that, Scott?
No, I think it's the same comparison with Andy and Isabella and Deontay Hardy. They have their specific skill set. With the Shorter, the 8-man, and the Shavers, all same style wide receiver. You keep the guy that you invested in a draft pick. I think that's where Shorter took the edge. So I agree with you, Swank.
Nicholas says Reed shouldn't have been cut. Yeah, we touched on that a little bit. I think they trust each other. You know, like that's what it is. Like they know that they can cut Reed and be like, yo, don't worry, you know, and he's going to be like, yeah, I'm not going to worry. Like, you know, and he'll just come back in the bill.
It's all strategy.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you want to do that to like a rookie who you really want to keep, right? Because they don't really know how it operates. But Reed, he's done it before. He's going to come back. Why would they cut their long snapper that's got a great record? B, he's a great player. C, he's a great dude in the locker. Like he's been a captain Like,
Yep.
yeah, no worries on that.
Yeah, remember, he was released. He wasn't waived. So if he wants to stay with Buffalo, which he does, he knows to reject any other contract he's going to get unless someone offers him buku money, because the Bills are going to reach for him tomorrow.
Yeah. Like we said earlier, Bean probably told a couple guys, listen, we're going to put Shorter and Bernard on IR. We need somebody to leave the team so we can have them on the roster, to have them an active player to be on the IR. We'll put them on the IR, and then we'll bring you back in. So it's all part of the strategy. That makes sense.
Yes, sir. All right. Mike V says, aside from Klein, my surprises were Marlowe, Ferguson, and then later on he said Eli Anku were his surprise cuts. Marlowe, he's kind of been in and out these last couple of years, like last year I think they signed him late, right, for some depth or halfway through or whenever Poyer got hurt. So not so surprising to me. And I think Puna Ford is going to be the reason that Eli Anku is not, again, he was another guy that's been kind of back and forth and on the practice squad and that kind of thing. Solid dude, solid depth. Again, I'd rather have Puna out there. I think with Puna, Oliver, Settle, and Jones, Jesus, like that's pretty good for an interior line.
You guys remember how we did our 53 our picks? Was it 2 weeks ago? Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? And you guys,
was it last week?
I think it was last week. And you guys both had questions about me keeping Zane Anderson. Who's the first on the list?
Listen, part of what I love about you guys is like that little bit of Homer blood in you. And if you would have hit on it, you could have rubbed it in our face all season, dude. Yeah. And watch him be one of the first guys signed back tomorrow, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I enjoy that running backs that we cut, that we have the possibility of bringing back. Ty Johnson had a great game this past week. So if he doesn't come back to Buffalo, he built on his resume. D. Evans, another guy who had a solid catching and running preseason, and then Mims had one as well. So I like the running backs that we have released through the potential of bringing them back.
Now, I want to say something about this because I agree with you 100%. I think the running game has looked amazing in the preseason. I think that things are starting to come together, and maybe this is going to be an aspect of our game that, is really going to like give Josh Allen a bit of a break with his body, but B, open up a lot more. I think that's something that they did in this offseason across the board is they made moves that opened it up for Josh to do a lot more, and not have to do so much like on his shoulder, but like just, the run opening up the pass and, the tight ends and it's exciting. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But did the run game improve because our O-line depth got better? Is that why these running backs are flashing? Because none of them would have been able to do anything if they weren't making holes, right?
Right.
And to me, it seemed like, I don't know. I know it's second and third stringers mostly, but Jesus, it seems like a lot of people that want to question our offensive line, you're not going to have a successful run game at all if you don't have a decent run blocking line, right? So I'd say it's a testament to them as well.
Right. I agree 100%. And those two running backs here, unfortunately, are under 4 years in season experience. So I honestly think both Mims and who's the other one? Evans. I don't think they'll be available.
Yeah.
After tomorrow.
Probably not. True. And good on them, man.
Yep.
So
that's what preseason's for a lot of teams. You got a roster that's full of running backs, and thank goodness Damian Harris was able to play against Chicago and put out some stats and some visual for the rest of us, because he definitely sealed that number 2 running back position, showing us why they brought him in for the red zone offense to take some pressure off of Josh Allen in those goal line situations. Love that pickup. They picked an offense, they picked a play, that drive to show exactly what he's there for, and then sit him. So he earned it. But those running backs, man, we had a whole thing. What's the word I'm looking for? Where you keep a whole bunch of horses.
Stock.
We had a whole stable. We had a whole stable of workhorses when it came to those running backs. And you're right, good for them, because Preseason is to build your resume, and they're going to find a roster spot somewhere.
Hell yeah. Switching back over to the defensive line, Doug says he likes that they're keeping Kingsley Jonathan. I think everybody on this panel is pretty excited about that. So, Jarrod, what do you think about Kingsley Jonathan making the 53?
Scott just said it. You know, he's a guy who worked his ass off to try to make this team. The Bills didn't let him go because they saw enough to keep him on the team, and he showed some really good spark and fire. And I love this young kid, and I'd like to see where his rotation ends up. Like with Von Miller being out, you never know what he's going to be, what workload he's going to have. So I love it. This guy might be the guy that the Cinderella story that we're looking for.
Put him in front of Shaq Lawson for me right now, from what I saw in the preseason. He'll be the rotational guy bringing in that fourth spot.
Hey, he got snaps last year, and he looked good in every game he played in. So Patrick Hughes says, I'm bummed that Von Miller will miss at least 4 games, but glad we're not rushing him back. I feel exactly the same way, dude. 100%. I think, obviously, anytime Von Miller's not in your lineup, your line is not as good. But I have so much faith in Floyd. I have so much faith in, like, this renewed sense of, like, the interior D-line. I think Groot doesn't need Von on the other side to eat. I think he just needs somebody that is consistent and can get pressure the same way he can. And I think Floyd is that dude. And I think that Von's going to elevate him when he comes back. But those two dudes, watch them stack sacks. And AJ Epinesa, I'm very glad that he made it through the cut. Congratulations to him. I think this last game, he had a hell of a game. I think he's showing finally that the puppy legs that we talked about when he got drafted, where his feet couldn't catch up with his body, and he's kind of running faster or running past quarterbacks and plays. I think finally the game slowed down enough for him that maybe we're going to see a little bit out of him, and I can't wait. Patrick also says that Rodgers and Tua got lucky because he's not here. I don't know. We'll see about that. I saw that Jets offensive line. I don't know.
Jarrod, real quick, we did beer bets about Von Miller. Are you the only one that said he wasn't starting week 1, or is me and Swank the only ones that said it? Check that out. I just want to make sure.
Oh, we got to do the beer bets. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I got to make sure. I'm going to get Jarrod
Swank,
Coors Lights.
Jumping back on that Floyd's going to be one of those guys where, you know, a lot of people have been questioning Brandon Beane's draft and free agency the last couple of days. And it's kind of crazy that they think, because I think he ranks 3 in draft ratings from 2018 to 2021. The Bills are ranked number 3. But Floyd's going to be one of those guys where you're like, that's why we brought him here. Look at him go. He's going to have bigger numbers, I think, than what most people expect with Floyd.
Like, I think me and you had that conversation earlier today, didn't we? Right after our meeting.
I do believe so. Yeah.
It's one of those pickups that's surprising, guys. This guy is potentially, I think, very easily a double-digit sack guy if given the opportunity. So that's a sneaky pickup. And right now he'll be starting.
Beer bets. Schedule prediction. I won that. That was bet number 1. Number 2 is James Cook rushing it. Bet number 3, Von Miller plays week 1. Scott and Swank, yes. Jarrod, no.
Oh, all right. You lied? You lying a little bit? Is that your lie face?
You see that anywhere?
No, you need it. Yeah, a couple. No, I'll pay
you guys
up.
have the document. It's there.
I believe it's on your phone.
Quick, I'm editing it right now.
Our boy Joey Hatch. What's up, Joey?
Joey?
He's talking about, and I saw this, man, and I can't think of the guy's damn name here. The linebacker from the Texans that got released, Christian Kirksey. Yes. Is he coming in for a visit? Joey's talking about that.
I don't know if he's coming in for a visit. He was a serious consideration for Buffalo last year when he was a free agent, or 2 years ago. And he was pretty high on my list back then. He is a good middle linebacker. He came from the Cleveland Browns. So he does have a decent defensive pedigree. I think he's an upgrade. I don't know. He'd fight for a good position. He would fight for a good position. And not knowing what Terrell Bernard's all about right now, and having Tyrell Dodson right now manning the starting position, he may put up some fight for that. So it'd be interesting to see. He'd have to learn the whole system, though. McDermott's system's not easy to learn.
That's true. I did see a comparison stat-wise to his year last year to Tremaine Edmonds, and the numbers are almost identical. So I don't know. But yes, great point. I also saw another thing about this whole preseason thing might have been a smokescreen by McDermott. And I don't know the name of the defense, but basically you replace the middle linebacker with a safety such as Rapp and go with that formation. And maybe McDermott's been holding that back this whole time, and that's the plan, to keep Rapp on the field. What do you guys think about that?
Rapp's a great athlete, great tackler. I don't see that happening though. Maybe a nickelback type where they know they're going to pass, put him in the middle. But as far as 1 and 2 first and second and long and third and short, you're not going to see Rapp as middle linebacker. I think if anything, you'll see Milano there.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Run stopping. Like I don't see Rapp putting his hat on a guy like that, a big guy coming downfield at him. Let's see here. We got a little bit of quarterback talk. Dr. Bruce has a question. Fromm got released. Should we pick him up as QB3? Quick yes, no. What do you think, Scott?
Nope.
Jarrod?
I haven't seen him play this preseason, but they released him for a reason. There's guys out there that you could probably bring in that have more experience than he does.
I'm glad that you brought that up. There are people that have been released that have more experience. There's people that were on competing AFC East teams that got released. And I'm kind of interested in Zappy. Getting a little Zap attack here in Buffalo. Scooter.
Doesn't it make sense?
I think it makes
Doesn't
a lot
it make
of sense
to bring a guy that knows that offense?
Yeah. Man, to work the practice squad? Yeah.
There you go. You could bring him in for that 54 spot, though, too.
Yeah.
Yep, he doesn't have to dress. He can come in and tell you exactly what the New England Patriots offense is all about. Not that we need it, but, man, you got to win that AFC East to get into the playoffs. So,
to add to that, Swank, the New England Patriots only have one quarterback on their roster, and it's Mac Jones.
I love it, dude. I love it. It's like going to Burn Dairy and picking up one jug of milk, man.
The other guy's a receiver / quarterback who is a promising upcoming star. He's a great quarterback. We saw him in the preseason. He can move and run around, but to have one actual legit quarterback on the team, that's rough.
Hell yeah. Rob says we're looking for a backup QB. Came up short in an attempt to get Lance. Yeah, man, that was a bummer. I think that would have been great. Bring Trey Lance in here, especially for that cheap. I mean, we got so many picks next year. What the hell, But I do get, like, again, you were talking about, like, people criticizing Brandon Beane. Get out of here, Like, I guess, like, some of those second-day picks, sure, they didn't pan out. I'd love to see the stats on GMs and how often those players get hit on. Because if you're going to do that, then you also got to talk about, the Milanos and all these other later round picks that he has hit on, the Benfords. It's one of those things. And to me, Josh Allen completely erases most of that. Mm-hmm. Like, he picked a guy and got made fun of for picking a guy and then developed that guy within the system. And now he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, if not the best. And you're talking to me about his day 2 picks? Like, I'd get out of here, dude. Get out of here. We wouldn't even have these conversations right now if Josh Allen wasn't on the team. Right. So
I see a lot of people complain. Go ahead, Jared.
I'm glad you brought up Benford because a lot of people are complaining. One of the big complaints about Beane is bringing Tkgr Elam, who is a man-to-man cornerback who doesn't fit the Bills' scheme. Okay, so if you say we failed at that number 1 pick with Tkgr Elam, what about second-round pick with Benford? Just because they come in to compete, that's part of the game. If Beane fails at bringing in the number 1 guy to start at cornerback, but the number 2 guy is beating him and is better, and this is going to be a starting quality cornerback and ends up being an all-pro eventually in his lifetime, then it's worth it. They compete for a reason. There's a reason why they bring these guys in. So I don't know. There's talk about Tkgr Elam being traded. Keeping him on the team as a CB3 or 4 is nothing but beneficial to the Bills. If Benford beats a guy out like him because he understands the game a little bit more with the zone, he had a great preseason. We got great cornerbacks. Let him play, let him compete, and then the best guys will be out there.
Well,
Just to correct you real quick, James Cook was our second pick last year. Terrell Bernard was the third, the year that Tkgr was taken. And
Okay.
Benford wasn't until the 6th round.
yeah,
So
usually
Okay.
sixth round
don't
pick.
anybody coming at you about that.
But
Thank you.
with all things considered, right? We put ourselves in this like really specific box, like us as fans, and then armchair GMs and everybody around, and even the national media that's very like pointed towards like one aspect, right? Like you can't shit on the Bills for everything, but you can this one thing. So we're gonna needle that. What about the 31 other teams in the NFL that passed not one round, 2 rounds, 6 rounds, each of the 31 teams passed, including the team that chose this man on the greatest quarterback that ever played football.
Mm-hmm.
For 20 years, every team passed on Tom Brady until the 7th round. And you're going to sit here and you're going to tell me, that Belichick's a genius, right? Because he waited till the 7th round to get the greatest quarterback in history, and which it pains me to say this, but true, probably right now, until Josh Allen has a couple more seasons under his belt. But you can't look at that and then come back and be like, oh, look at this dude who missed on this, this day 2 pick. Like, get out of here, dude. It happens. Look at Josh Rosen. Look at Baker Mayfield. Look at Sam Darnold. Like, where are all the people coming out? You know what I mean? I'm sure, and in their little communities, I'm sure it's happening. But it just seems like, man, you got Big Baller Bean, you got the process, you got Buffalo, and they're right in it every single year for the last 5 years. And you got to try and chop them down somehow. And that gap is not, we were this bad last year, and now we're this bad, like, so it just, there's a sense of like, just calm down. Like, everybody calm down. All right.
Well, where I was going with this real quick is Von Miller being on the PUP list and missing 4 weeks. The amount of people that are saying, oh, it's a bust, horrible pick, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't a horrible pick for those first games last year, was it?
No.
He was on pace
He won
for
3 of them.
He was on pace for 16 sacks in the season. It's the fair weather fans that are the majority, unfortunately, sometimes, that are, oh, Bean's horrible for getting this. This guy was a Pro Bowler, all pro, the way he started out last year. Injuries happen. It doesn't matter who, what, where, when, and why they happen. And you can't knock a general manager for trying to make your team better. He did. Unfortunate circumstances happen. It's just, I saw a lot of that today. Yeah. Missed on Miller. No, because you got to take into effect what Russo's getting out of Miller.
One of the best things I like.
One of those young guys are getting out of Miller. You got to take that into effect.
Yeah. Tell me you don't watch football without actually telling me you don't watch football.
Miller sucks. Let's see here. I want to skirt along here because we want to take the end part of the night. I'd love to do the Rattle the Reeds thing, and I'd like to talk about the Rager for the majority of the rest of the time. But obviously, this is big news. Jarrod, is there anybody specifically that A, you're either surprised got cut, or B, is surprised that they're on the team right now?
The surprise cuts would be, just looking back at it, would be Evans. I thought he would make a little jump for the team there, but for Reed Ferguson, even though we know what was going on, to see what's happening. But if you sit back, and there's a reason why Bean does all this stuff, and what I've learned over the years is just let everything fall into place how it is. There's going to be players that we like seeing leave, but all of a sudden coming back. Isabella was my Cinderella story with most of you guys, so it would have been fun to see him make the team, but he still might. So these players go out there and they play their hearts out, and you hope that they showed enough to actually make a team other than the Buffalo Bills if they do get cut. But I'm just excited to see tomorrow who they bring back to add to this, and then watch Bean throughout the season, put them in here and there, and dispense them throughout to make this a winning season.
Nice. Scooter?
I got two players. One I'm very, very happy for, a guy that's both these players have played in the system for a couple of years now. I'll start off with Cam Lewis. Kicked ass in the preseason. The guy is now the second nickel behind Taron Johnson, took over Sarah Neal so far. That's what he's got. So Cam Lewis, not a surprise pick, but I'm glad and I'm so happy to see him there. He's earned it. A guy that suffered injuries 2 years ago, fighting back. He was a guy that potentially was going to be a staple in the interior offensive line. Bacher. I hate to see him go. I wasn't surprised to see him go, but he's just one of those players that when I saw his name on it, I was like, okay, son of a bitch. But it is what it is. It's a business. You can't keep the guys you like. Sometimes after that injury, I don't think he bounced back quite the way where he was before. So those two fellas right there.
Nice. Jamarcus Ingram had a really nice preseason. I don't know. Really, I don't think I'm like super surprised by anybody. I think if you look through this list, it's pretty obvious to me the guys that are going to come back on the practice squad, or at least they're going to attempt to put on the practice squad. And then I was telling the Reed boys today, it seems like there's a change of the guard. Maybe the tide's gone out. You see some of these names on this list. I'm looking at like Greg Mance, they're popping out all over. Even Bacher, like there's like this old sense of like these dudes that have kind of like muddled along. They can play multiple positions. They've whatever, but for whatever reason, it's just like a little lackluster. And I think this is like kind of a house cleaning and maybe like a little bit of a I don't know, wake up call for like these guys that play multiple positions that, hey, we really appreciate it. You have value to us, but if you're not going to show out, you're not going to be on this team. Just because you can play two spots doesn't mean anything, even a Dean Marlowe,
Right.
So just interesting. But again, not really super shocked by anybody, I don't think. I think it's pretty much what everybody thought was going to happen. So yeah, there you go. There is your 53-man roster until tomorrow at least, depending on what happens with relievers. There's some conversation about maybe a possible trade with Cooper Rush for Cooper Rush with the Cowboys in the comments. What do you think about that, Jerry?
Yeah, to bring another quarterback in, where are you going to put him? I think would he take Kyle Allen's spot because he is a proven guy. So we'll see what happens. Sal Capaccio made a funny reference about today and tomorrow is that there's going to be players on the team that made the 53-man roster today that tomorrow they're going to be like, oh, we brought someone else in, so you were going to cut you. So let's just see what unfolds for the next, the season doesn't start for 14 days. So a lot can happen and it's going to be interesting to watch, but Cooper Kupp, quarterback, right? Yeah, from the Cowboys. Yeah. Why am I thinking receiver?
Cooper Rush. We're talking about Cooper Rush.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp is a receiver. Okay.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush is the quarterback. Yep.
Yes.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Scooter, you like this kid or what? Not your brother. I mean, Cooper Rush.
I do. And I know the Dallas Cowboys, they are also struggling with line. They don't have a lot of depth. So if we can bring in, again, with the waivers and all that stuff, something like a Courage or Garage or however you say his name, bring back a Broker or something like Broker and maybe work in a trade, bring him in, make a trade, keep those other guys on IR, work your magic somehow, you can bring him in. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, kids. We're going to do this Rattle the Reeds real quick, all right?
Oh, buddy.
Here we are. Rattle the Reeds. Now, I got to move some stuff around here so that I can do what I want to do. All right. This is a topical Rattle the Reeds, all right? And it's basically going to be an A-B, all right? It's either this guy or that guy. There's only two guys in this conversation. You guys decide who had what based on a stat comparison that I got off StatHead. All right. Easy
Okay.
enough? Way,
Yeah.
way easy enough.
Is it
Absolutely.
Bill? Is it Bills or is it everybody?
Oh, this, my friends, is a stat head side to side comparison of Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen
Okay.
from 2018 until the present.
Okay.
All right.
Mhm.
So we're going to start off with their head-to-head records. Who has more wins against the other QB?
Josh.
Against the other QB. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say Josh.
Josh, records?
2-0.
0-1 for Mr. Aaron Rodgers and 1-0 for Mr. Josh Allen.
Okay.
Going on, games played. Who has played more games?
Josh.
Hey. Who's played more games total?
In that span from
In that span.
2018.
In that span.
Oh. Wow, in that span. Aaron Rodgers did get injured for quite a bit. Got to be Josh.
They have played 65 games each. That is why I
Each.
chose this span of time, so that we'd have a very equal playing field to compare these two stats. Now, this is a hard one. StatHead uses algorithm to determine average value. If you have a guess who had more average value for their team.
Judging by your tone, Aaron Rodgers did.
You're reading my tells?
Yeah.
Okay. Scott, what do you think?
Yeah, Aaron.
I should play poker with you guys. Josh Allen had a 68
Aaron.
on that metrics, and Aaron had a
Really?
60.
Oh, okay.
Now, the QB records. Who had a better quarterback record during that span of 65 games?
Oh, man.
It's got to be. Oh, I can't say it's got to be, but Josh Allen, because Aaron Rodgers, they struggled for the first half of the season usually, and they're trying to
Now think,
make up for it.
this is from 2018 till
right.
22.
I'm going Rodgers.
You're going Rodgers, Jarrod? Final answer?
Yeah, I'd go Allen.
They had the Allen? Oh,
Yeah.
they had the exact same record. 47-18 and no ties.
Wow.
Is this interesting to anybody yet? It's getting interesting to me, boys. I'll tell you that. Completion
47-18, that's one hell of a record.
47-18-0. Yep. Completion percentage. Aaron or Alon?
Aaron.
Jarrod?
Josh had those first couple seasons where he was like 58 and 61.
Don't
That'll
talk
hurt
me
him.
into it. Don't talk me into it. Aaron.
Aaron
Say it
Rodgers,
exact.
66 and a half to
What?
Josh Allen's 63.9.
Yep. Okay.
So good on you, boys. Good on you. Next stat. Hold on a second. I lost my.
Let me go first this time, Scott.
Okay.
You guys are so cute. Passing yards. Who had more passing yards?
Rodgers. Sorry, Jarrod. You're too slow.
Fine, I'll just go Josh Allen then.
And the slowness works out because Josh Allen had more passing yards in that span of time with 16,323 to Aaron Rodgers' 16,111.
Ooh, a little bit.
Oh, just by a hair.
Mhm.
All right.
Now, passing yards per attempt. Who had more?
Aaron.
You said Aaron? Scott?
Yep.
Per attempt. Yeah, I'll go Rodgers.
You are correct. Aaron Rodgers had 7.4 passing yards per attempt, and Josh Allen had 7.3.
Ooh.
Yeah. These are things that keep me up at night 24/7. Buff Pandemonium.
You guys see a trend?
I'm watching Hard Knocks, and God, Aaron Rodgers is a god, but Josh Allen's slipping. You know what I mean? It's crazy to me how these things work out.
Between those years, how many times did Aaron Rodgers was he the MVP? Twice?
He has 2 All-Pro MVPs.
Okay. Within those years?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. 3 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pros, and 2 MVPs. Josh Allen has 2 Pro Bowls and 1 All-Pro.
Okay.
Next, passing yards per game. Who had more?
Well,
I would say Allen, just because they played the same amount of games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Allen has a little bit more, so you got to go Allen, right?
It's 200 more yards.
Yeah.
You both going Allen?
Mhm.
Yep.
It is Allen. 251.1 to 247.9. Passing TDs. We're not going to do all of these. We're probably going to do like 1 or 2 more because there's a bunch here.
I give it to Rodgers.
Yeah, I'm going to say Rodgers too with the passing TDs.
137 for Aaron Rodgers, 128 for Josh Allen. Good job, boys. This is a big one. This is where the conversation will get a little different, I'm sure. Interceptions.
Allen
Same.
has more.
You want to take a guess at how many more?
Double.
Allen 48, Aaron Rodgers 25.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers,
there you
his touchdown to interception ratio is unmatched.
Yep.
He's had a couple seasons under 5.
Now, I'm going to go I'm going to stop right here. They have the QB rating. Who had a better rating?
Rodgers.
Rodgers, absolutely. But I will say the remaining categories, all of the remaining categories, Josh Allen beat him out in. And you can guess what category they fall under. Rushing attempts, rushing yards, rushing yard average, rushing TDs. And fantasy points.
Yep.
Josh Allen has beat him in all of those categories in those years. I thought that was an interesting study or comparison or whatever you want to call it. I would challenge anybody on this live stream right now to just kind of observe how like the media talks about these two different dudes. When you're looking at that for the last 4 years side by side, if I asked you who the better quarterback was and you were just an impartial, like non-biased party, everybody would say Aaron Rodgers. Hands down, everybody. I bet you could ask any Jets fan right now and they'd say that. But their stats are tit for tat all the way up until INTs. And if you look at the credentials on the one side based on Josh Allen's side, you know, he should have had an MVP that first year. Like that first year he really came out, right?
Yep.
Like it's just interesting. So a lot of this crap, I just wouldn't take it to heart, man. This dude's got a winning work ethic, and I think for my money, I'd rather have Josh Allen on my team than Aaron Rodgers right now, by far.
Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. There's no doubt about it. Hall of Famer.
Yep.
He's going to get there. You're looking at Aaron Rodgers the last 4 years. It's into his prime and coming out of it. Josh Allen is only 5 years into it. He's now getting into the guts and glory of it. So you take away, you said interceptions per touchdown. You take away, let's say, half of the interceptions because Josh Allen has improved over the next 4 years. Those numbers look totally different now. Allen's going to even have better numbers than Rodgers did in that 4 year span. Yeah. So this is the NFL. You got to play each game one game at a time, each season to the season. I don't like comparing players because obviously Josh Allen has the AFC to deal with, which has been tougher the last couple of years, to be honest with you, than the NFC has. And Aaron Rodgers was in a division with the Vikings and the Bears and the Lions. So one's a great quarterback and one's getting there.
Yeah.
But they're two different parts of their life right now. So
yeah definitely two different stages.
I take Josh Allen right now.
And those who are arguing, well, Aaron Rodgers is losing a little, you got to throw in there, well, let's go look at Josh Allen's roster when he first started out.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's tit and tat there. One guy's losing it, the other guy's just coming into it, but Aaron Rodgers has always had a good supporting cast.
He's got 2 MVPs. He's not losing it in those 4 years.
Right.
He's got 2 MVPs in that span.
Yep. But again, if Josh Allen, and I think this last season really inflated those interceptions. Like they did not protect the ball very well after like week 5 or 6, after that Green Bay game, during that Green Bay game. And that, the injury to Josh and all that stuff too. But I can't even imagine if last season they got a better line and a better run game to kind of open that kind of stuff up, if Josh Allen was healthy, if they had more depth at wide receiver, if they had another tight end option that was big, if they scored better and more consistently in the red zone, where this team would be.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this season is where they would be, because that's what they did. They fixed all those things. So it'll be interesting to see, man. Absolutely. I had to throw something up here because Joey Hatch says, "You're always interesting, Swank derelict." And then Patrick says, "Can't chug a beer, but yes, he's interesting." Oh, Patrick, dude.
I was looking at Patrick's other comment right there.
What's that?
We are raging for some.
Here we go, folks. We're in overtime. That's right. Jarrod thought that I didn't notice, but I did, and I had it all set up. We're in overtime, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to it. Now, we went this whole show, and really what we talked about in our production meeting, or whatever you want to call it, when we get together and talk about things, is that we wanted to spend this whole episode talking about the Rager. And we didn't. So you guys good with going a little over and just kind of running through some of the stuff with the raffles, some of the stuff that we can expect? We still got 24 viewers. We are part of the Buffalo Fan Base Network and sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com, see what Dell and the gang got for you. Awesome designs, great charities. Do it up. Speaking of charities, this Saturday, from 3 to 9 p.m. in Manchester, New York at Reinvention Brewing, we are putting on the 3rd annual regular season Rager with very special guest, Mr. Mark Maddox. That's right, ex-linebacker, Super Bowl appearing, Buffalo Bill jersey wearing Mark Maddox. He's going to be down here, flying all the way from Arizona just to hang out with you guys. We're raising some money for his Help One Foundation. It's going to be a great day, an absolute great day. It was awesome last year. This year, we've really turned up the promotion. We've had over 350 responses, I think, to the event right now. We're looking to make this the biggest, the best. Crazy raffles, live streams from our boy Kevin Caney. What was it? What's the name of his podcast? Now I'm drawing a blank.
Talking Bills football and drinking beers.
Yeah. Talking Bills, drinking beers. Kevin's coming down. We got Nate from Circling the Wagons. He's coming down. We got our boy RT, Mr. Ryan Thomas from the Thomas Takes Sports podcast. And your boys right here. We're going to do an hour. It's going to be an amazing day. I don't want to hog up all the love. So Scooter, you got some stuff to show the folks over there?
Yeah. So it's a fundraiser. So we're actually raising money for the Help One Foundation. Not only are we going to have a door prize, $5 to get in the door, guys. And what that does is not only get you in the door to enjoy all the stuff that we're offering, but that enters you for a chance to win. This is the door prize right here.
Hell yeah. Your
Josh
$5
Allen
ticket's going to get you entered to win that.
Yep. And then we'll have raffles. And the raffles, we're raffling off a slew of fun signed merchandise. We got the Shout minis. We got a couple mini helmets. Damian Harris, our newest running back. A nice Eclipse here. We got.
Glad to see him score a touchdown, wasn't it?
This one's a Jarrod. Don't be fooled. He did have to repaint it and put the decals on it. And we got the Rager visor on there.
Mark's going to sign that.
Mark's going to sign that along with that helmet that Jarrod's got. Mark's going to sign. And ask him to put a description on there, guys. We have jerseys. A whole bunch of jerseys. I pull them here. We got
He's got a pile over there.
I know, right? Well, we got a nice Gregory Russo jersey right here.
Oh, nice.
There you go. There's a
Ew.
signature. Don't worry, it's not
Sexy.
wrinkled. No, we keep them in bags so they don't get tampered with. And we'll go through
Tampered
it.
with. They're at your house.
Scott
No,
warm
but-
already.
Scott's been
Doug
sleeping with
Flutie.
them.
There's Doug Flutie right there.
He is, buddy.
And there's a couple pictures in here. If you see on there, there's an Eric Molds and there's actually a Cornelius Bennett in there
Nice.
as well.
Love me the biscuit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Cornelius Bennett. There you go.
We've got sorry, this one isn't in there. A Gabe Davis.
Hell yeah.
Nice. And there is our defensive tackle, the big boy, Jordan Phillips.
Yes, sir.
Look at that. So we got a handful of stuff. We're gonna have we'll raffle off some
2 handfuls.
Yep. FLX Mafia shirts we'll probably raffle off too a little bit. 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. Mark always brings stuff from the Bills Nation. So there's always stuff to raffle off, guys. And we'll also have 50-50. Y'all know what that is. You don't need an explanation for that. Raising money for the Help One Foundation. 50 of it goes to them, 50 of it goes to you. And then what else we're going to have? Donation jars out there to Help One Foundation. Guys, it's all about raising money to help Mark's foundation out. It's all about that tailgate. We have a food truck. We have a popcorn vendor. We have Bills fans all over the place. It's a party. It's a party.
It is a party. Also, Reinvention Brewing, delicious beers all day. They're also releasing their Super Fanatic Cream Ale that day. I believe there's some sort of donation thing going on with that. We also have this crappy band playing from like 7:30 to 9. The Endless Mountain Derelicts, my band. We're playing again this year. We're super excited. We just put out an album Friday, a new album that's all over on Spotify and YouTube and Apple Music and everywhere that you stream music. But we ordered CDs and they will be there. They will be there on Saturday for purchase. That'll be the first show actually that they're available. So
Nice.
come on over. We'll have some t-shirts and stuff too. Also, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium, we got a big old slew of shirts just for the Rager. We'll have the FLX Mafia shirts back in stock, full sizes from small all the way up to XXX, I believe. We also are going to have the red classic Buffalo. I think that Jerry might have on right now. That shirt right there. Stand up. Let me see it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
We got those. And, man, I don't know. There's just so much stuff, man. Super fans, bro. All of our super fan friends are going to be there hanging hard.
Yeah, no, you've seen him. Bill's kid, Bill's
Mhm.
dad. You guys know Bill's dad with all the music he does. He's
Yeah,
coming
Goose
out.
and Mav, man, coming
Yep,
out.
Wonder Woman's coming out.
Wonder Woman, Bill's Leia.
It's
Oh,
land.
yeah.
It's a party, man. And the thing is, we're from the Finger Lakes, you know. We're not in Buffalo. We're not in Rochester. And there wasn't a place that like we could just solidify and call our own, right? As far as like Bill's Mafia was concerned. And we love, you know, you're good with everybody wherever you go as long as you're a Bills fan. But like we thought it important to bring it to the Finger Lakes. And man, it was such a great success last year that we want to keep it going every year. So that is like the nut and bolt of it. That's the long and short, you know. That's the peanut butter and the jelly.
Yeah. All the way to the crust. You're not leaving the crust out. It's peanut butter and jelly all the way through.
Yeah.
No, guys.
It's gonna be a blast. You're right, Swank. If it's anything like it was last year, it's a fun time for sure.
Yeah. If you guys want to meet a player that's genuine and cares about everything he does and loves talking to just anybody and everybody, Saturday's the time to go hang out with Mark Maddox. I look forward to this. The last year was just amazing. They came up. This year is amazing that he agreed to come back up again. And this is like full circle for me because he's my first guy, the first guy that ever signed anything for me when I was 14 years old at the Bills versus Pittsburgh game. Mark Maddox signed a hat for me. And then 27 years later, you know, I get to meet him again. And thanks to Ellen Larch for hooking us up with that.
Yeah,
Because she's the one that said, Hey, I got a guy, Mark Maddox. He's my friend. You want me to see if he wants to come on the show? Absolutely. And that relationship has taken off. So I can't wait to see Mark again and just shake his hand and say, welcome back to New York, buddy.
He's a great dude.
Mhm.
And yeah, the fact that he travels all the way up here just to do that. This is like, I tell you, I've been a Bills fan since before I can remember. And I've never had the access to a player like that in our home vicinity, or you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I've gone places and met players and stuff like that at signings and stuff. But never have I ever had like the exclusive, like, like intimacy as far as like having somebody that close to you that's just a normal guy that did these incredible things and is such a giving, caring person and a ball buster and a whole lot of fun, you know, and so knowledgeable about the game and willing to talk to you about any part of it. And he's just, I don't know, a great guy. We're really lucky to be friends with him, and that he's willing again to come all the way up here just to hang out with you guys. He really loves like just meeting Bills Mafia, hanging with Bills Mafia. The only male allowed in the Mafia babes.
Bills Mafia babes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Real quick, it was Debbie Emerton that
Okay.
introduced Mark.
What'd you say?
Ellen Lartz.
Ellen Lartz has a
She's
relationship
connected us
with a
with
lot
other
of players.
Oh yeah, Ellen. Yeah, Ellen knows everybody. Debbie, I knew it was you. It's all right. I love you. Thank you so much. I let that one skirt by going over all this Rager shit.
I know, right? But yeah, it's 4 days away. I can't believe it. I can't believe
Hi,
it.
Debbie.
Hey guys, right now, 80 and sunny.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a good day. So,
Very cool.
I mean, that's it, man. That's all. All right, see you guys later. Big moves today. Didn't even really get into that win that we had this last week. Last preseason game. Offense really showed out. I'm just glad that next week, this time, we can talk about how much fun we had at the Rager, and we can talk about week 1 matchup against the Jersey Jets.
Mm-hmm.
And I can predict how many ways we're going to crush Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be amazing. Let's do some final thoughts, and we'll get on out of here. Jerry, at your lead, buddy. Go ahead.
This is the last show before the season really starts. We're going to go live for a little bit of a time, 3:30 to 6 on Saturday. Look for that on 24/7 Buff Fandemonium's pages. If you can't make it to the Rager, we'll be live all day there. I can't wait to Rager with all you guys, have a couple beers, talk Bills football, and see some old friends that we've earned and gathered in the last couple of years. And I can't wait to see you all there again. And then, like Swank said, next Tuesday we're going to be talking about regular season football, the journey of the Buffalo Bills 2023 season to the Super Bowl. Let's do it. Anyway, can't wait. Be safe this week. See you Saturday.
Hell yeah. Wow, short and sweet, Jerry. Damn, you're getting good at this, man. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Scooter,
Man.
what do you got, buddy?
What do I got? Well, guys, don't stop paying attention to social media. There's still going to be a lot of moves being done in the next couple of days. Just because the 53-man roster's out doesn't mean it's set in stone. I like what we have. Be excited about it. I will argue with you till I'm blue in the face that this roster is better than the previous years. And it's not just a homer piece. It's we've needed some spots that needed to be fixed, and our front office went out and put in those puzzle pieces. And I think we're looking good for the 2023 season. Enjoy this time off. We got no games this week because our season opener is in 2 weeks. Monday Night Football, 9/11. It's my son's birthday. It's also a bad part of history, but it's we'll all come together as a group to watch Monday Night Football in New York, where all that happened. So it's a good time for camaraderie and bringing us Bills fans and just all NFL fans together as one. And I can't wait for it for sure. Go Bills.
Hell yeah, go Bills. Just really quick, a little housekeeping stuff. Joey, I saw your messages. Absolutely. Hit me up. a lot of people saying they're coming to the Rager. I'm so excited. Can't wait to see you guys. Yeah, listen, this has always been a family. This has always been a place where we can all safely express our opinions, concerns, and love for the Buffalo Bills. And we appreciate all of you guys and all the relationships that we built. And we started doing Ragers just so that we could meet up with you guys and have everybody hang out and have a good time the same way that we do on Tuesday nights here. I will not ever forget the very first Rager, Mr. Paul Rossi, one of the first dudes that we ever saw live and in person, showing up, and it was a great experience, and I consider him a close friend of the show and a great dude personally. Made my whole night and made a lot of this worthwhile, man. So that being said, man, last year same way, like a lot of people got to meet a lot of you guys. I saw Rob Mullen's going to be there, you know. Josh and Lonnie are going to be there. Josh is trying to make it so his mom doesn't win every jersey like she did at the first Rager.
She wanted to wear them too, by the way.
Yeah. That'll never get old. The Johns, all you guys, man. We're really excited. Tell your friends. Please share the event, if you don't mind, and invite whoever you want to invite. And yeah, can't wait, man. And as always, you can catch us here every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Tkgr Report. And I'm going to tell you what, man, this is the last week where we're only doing one show a week. After next Tuesday, you got Sunday sessions with me, Scooter Magoot, and Mr. Ryan Thomas of the Thomas Take Sports podcast.
That's right.
We'll be going on about an hour and a half before kickoff, covering all your actives and inactives and all sorts of great takes and good times and laughs and giggles and whatever else. So don't forget about that. God, I hope I see all you guys on Saturday. Go Bills, man.
See you in 4 days. Can't wait. Go Bills.
Thank you, Buff Pandemonium. Thank you, Bills Mafia. Love you guys. Go Bills.
That was beautiful, man. Oh my God. Go Rager. Bills.
This is a dangerous